Most people think information systems fail because the technology is bad. Sometimes that's true. But most of the time, systems fail because the business behind the technology is not ready. A company buys new software, launches a dashboard, installs an ERP, builds a CRM, or moves to the cloud, and then expects everything to magically improve. That is not transformation. That is wishful thinking. An information system fails when it does not help people, processes data, and technology work together properly. The software may be expensive. The interface may look modern. The vendor may be famous. But if the system does not solve the real business problem, it becomes a burden. Think about a restaurant that buys a new POS and inventory system. On paper, it sounds perfect. Orders will be recorded. Stock will update. Sales reports will be generated. Managers will see performance clearly. But then reality hits. Staff do not enter orders correctly. Recipes are not mapped properly. Inventory is not counted honestly. Managers ignore the reports. The owner does not train the team. The system is blamed. But the real problem was not only the software. The real problem was weak implementation. That is one of the biggest reasons information systems fail. Businesses underestimate the human side. Employees resist change because the new system feels difficult, threatening, or unnecessary. Some people are comfortable with old habits. Some fear monitoring. Some do not want accountability. And some simply do not understand why the system matters. If people do not use the system properly, the system fails. Another reason is poor data quality. A system depends on data like a body depends on blood. If the data is wrong, duplicated, outdated, incomplete, or badly structured, every report becomes unreliable. A CRM with wrong customer records is useless. An inventory system with incorrect stock levels is dangerous. A BI dashboard built on messy data is misleading. An ERP with poor master data becomes chaos at scale. Bad data does not stay hidden. It spreads through the whole information system. Another common reason is unclear business processes. Many companies buy software before they understand how their own work actually happens. They do not clearly define who approves what, how data should be entered, when stock should update, how refunds should be handled, how complaints should move, or what reports managers really need. So the system gets built around confusion. And digitized confusion is still confusion, only faster. Then there is weak leadership. If senior management treats the system as an IT project only, failure becomes likely. Information systems affect operations, finance, sales, HR, customer service, and strategy. They need leadership involvement, not just technical installation. If leaders do not explain the purpose, enforce usage, support training, and make decisions based on the system, employees will not take it seriously. Another reason is choosing the wrong system. Some businesses buy software because it is popular, not because it fits their process. A small business buys an overcomplicated ERP. A restaurant uses a system designed for retail. A company selects a CRM without thinking about sales workflow. The result is frustration. The system should fit the business, not the other way around. Sometimes systems also fail because they are too complex. If employees need 20 steps to do a simple task, they will avoid the system. If dashboards are overloaded, managers stop reading them. If forms are confusing, data entry becomes inaccurate. Complexity kills adoption. And without adoption, even the best system becomes useless. Cybersecurity and reliability are also major issues. If the system is not secure, sensitive data can be exposed. If there are no backups, one failure can destroy records. If the system keeps crashing, people lose trust and return to manual work. Trust is critical. Once users stop trusting the system, they create their own side systems. Excel sheets, WhatsApp groups, notebooks, personal files, and unofficial records. That is when the business becomes divided again. The official system says one thing. The real work happens somewhere else. That is a disaster. But here's the brutal truth. Most information systems do not fail suddenly. They fail slowly. First, employees skip small steps. Then data becomes unreliable. Then managers stop trusting reports. Then teams create manual workarounds. Then leadership says the software is useless. Then the company starts searching for a new system. And the same cycle repeats, because the root problem was never fixed. A successful information system needs clear goals, clean data, simple processes, trained users, leadership support, proper security, regular maintenance, and continuous improvement. It also needs honesty. What problem are we solving? Who will use the system? What data do we need? What process must change? How will success be measured? Who is responsible if the system is ignored? If a business cannot answer these questions, it is not ready for a serious information system. Today, AI makes this even more important. Companies want AI dashboards, AI agents, automation, and predictive systems. But if the basic information system is weak, AI will only build on weak foundations. Bad data plus AI does not create intelligence. It creates confident nonsense. At the Learning Studio, the goal is simple: to understand why information systems fail before pretending technology can fix everything. Because failure usually does not start in the code. It starts in unclear processes, poor data, weak leadership, untrained people, and unrealistic expectations. And the businesses that understand this truth have a much better chance of building systems that actually work.